Good morning, students. Now, today, this is the third session in this chapter, chemical kinetics. And what are the objectives for the today's session? Today, we are going to learn about rate constant and the most important term, that is the order of reaction. About this, we will not only learn, but at the end of the session, today, we will solve numericals and what are the pattern of the questions asked in the board examination. And then there is also an important term about which we will study today, that is the molecularity. Okay, and difference between order and molecularity of a reaction. So these are the important terms about which we are going to study today. So first of all, what is rate law and rate expression? Actually, rate law is expression in which the reaction rate is given in terms of molar concentration of the reactants, and each term raised to some power which may or may not be same as the stoichiometric coefficient. That is a very important point. The power of the raised to the reactant terms, it may be equal to the stoichiometric coefficient or may not be. Just take an example. Here is an example: AA, BB, CC and DD. Small a, small b, small c and small d are the stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, but when you will write the rate expression, just see here, the rate expression for this reaction is rate is directly proportional to A, concentration of A raised to the power x, B raised to the power y. Now is it clear that x and y is not the stoichiometric coefficient of reactant A and B? So x may be equal to A, y may be equal to a small b. This may possible. So how we can decide that x is equal to A or y is equal to B or not? Dear students, this is decided experimentally. Okay, this rate expression is now written as rate is equal to sign of proportionality is removed, then we use a constant term, and that is k here. So our rate is equal to k into concentration of A raised to the power x, concentration of B raised to the power y. All of you know that in terms of reactant, how do we write about the rate? Rate is equal to minus change in concentration of reactant with time, change in time. So the expression which is written as 1 can be rewritten as minus dr by dt is equal to k A raised to the power x, B raised to the power y. Is it clear? So now here k is rate constant. So what is the important term? That is rate constant, rate law, and from this rate law we will move towards the topic order of reaction. So important point which should be noted, that rate expression is derived from experimental data. This is very important. It is not written from the balanced reaction. Suppose a balanced reaction is given, then we cannot write a rate expression from that balanced reaction. Is it clear? I hope the rate law and rate expression is clear to all of you. So now the rate law and rate expression is clear to all of you. Rate law and rate expression is derived from experimental data. This should be kept in your mind. It is not derived from the balanced reaction. Okay, so this topic is clear. So now moving to the next objectives for the today's session, that is about order of reaction. Order of reaction means, as we have written the rate expression, rate is equal to k into A raised to the power x and B raised to the power y. So order of reaction means the sum of powers of the concentration of the reactants in rate law expression. Just see here, what is the power of A? That is x. What is the power of B? That is y. Okay, so sum of power, it means x plus y. This x plus y is called order of reaction. It is overall order of reaction. You can also tell about the order of reaction in the terms of individual reactants. And suppose X represent the order with respect to the reactant A, Y represent order with respect to B, and if it is asked overall order of reaction, then it is should be X plus Y. Is it clear? So now there are very important points which we should know about the order of reaction and molecularity of a reaction. So sum of power of concentration term in rate expression is called order of reaction. So here rate is equal to K into A raised to the power m, B raised to the power m. It means m plus n is called order of reaction. There is very important point. Order of reaction may be positive, may be negative, zero, or it may be fractional also. We know that order of reaction is determined experimentally. We cannot write it from the balanced cell reaction. Balanced reaction is used to identify the molecularity of a reaction, but order of reaction is experimentally determined. So suppose here are some rate law expression. The first one is rate is equal to K N2O5. The power raised to concentration of reactant N2O5, it is 1, so it is the first order reaction. Now suppose in the second example, rate is equal to K concentration of hydrogen and NO, it is 1 plus 2, order of reaction is 3. Similarly in the third one, methyl trichloromethane and chlorine, what should be the order? 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2, it is the fractional. So is it clear that order of reaction may be positive, may be negative, may be zero, or fractional? This is very important. My dear students, reaction may be elementary reaction or complex reaction. What do you mean by elementary reaction? Elementary reaction means if a reaction take place in one step. But when a reaction take place in a sequence of elementary reactions, it means there is a mechanism. In that case, it is called complex reaction, and in that very case, the rate expression is written for slowest step. It should be kept in your mind. It is a very important point that when there is a complex reaction, then the rate law expression is written for the slowest step. Okay, is it clear? So now we are moving to the next part of this order of reaction. We will talk about the unit of rate constant. Suppose it is a general reaction AA plus BB CC plus DD. Then the rate of reaction can be written as rate is equal to K A raised to the power X B raised to the power Y, and X plus Y is the order of reaction. Is it clear? Up to now X plus Y is equal to N. Now what is rate constant here? It is K. How can K can be written? K can be written as K is equal to rate by A raised to the power X B raised to the power Y. Is it clear? Now suppose we have to determine the unit of rate constant. So first of all, what is the unit of rate? Rate its unit is concentration divided by time, or you can say that mole per liter. So now there are two concentration terms, that is A and that is B, but the power raised to the power X and power raised to the power Y, but these are the concentration terms. So we can say that again mole per liter, and it is the raised to the power N, but for the rate mole per liter per second. This is the unit of mole per liter per second. It is the unit of rate of reaction, and mole per liter raised to the power N is the unit of concentration of reactants. Is it clear why I have written here N? Because the concentration of A raised to the power X and B raised to the power Y, and sum of X plus Y is equal to N. Is it clear? So now we have different type of order: zero order reaction, first order reaction, and the second order reaction. So here we are going to find out the SI units of concentration of zero order reaction, rate constant for zero order reaction, first order reaction and the second order reaction. Is it clear? Have you got the point? Okay. So now see here. Suppose just see this slide. Zero order reaction means what? Zero order reaction means, just if you have written rate is equal to K A raised to the power 0. It's clear? Now what is the, how will you write for K? K is equal to rate by concentration A raised to the power 0. And what is the unit of rate? It is mole per liter by second. And what is the unit of concentration? That is mole per liter, but its power raised to the power 0. So if it is raised to the power x to the power 0 is equal to 1, it means this whole term, mole per liter, this term is going to becomes 1. This will become 1. Then unit will be mole per liter per second. This is the unit. Mole per liter per second is the unit for zero order reaction. My dear students, just remember, with the unit of rate constant you can easily identify whether it is zero order reaction, whether it is the first order reaction, and whether it is the second order reaction. For the first order reaction, we know that rate is equal to K A raised to the power 1. So K is equal to rate by concentration of A raised to the power 1. So just see here, mole per liter second, this is the unit of rate, and mole per liter power raised to the power 1. So what will you get finally? You will get finally inverse of second. So suppose that if the value of rate constant is given and the unit is used per second only, it means the rate constant given value is for first order reaction. And as per our syllabus, we are going to study about only zero order reaction and first order reaction. So I would say that just remember, for zero order reaction rate constant, its unit will be mole per liter per second. So by this unit you can easily identify, and the for first order reaction the unit of rate constant is equal to per second. Okay, so with this unit you can easily identify whether the reaction is first order or zero order. And for the second order, just remember, because many of the times this question has been asked, unit is given and just it was asked that which type of reaction is it? Is it for the first order reaction or zero order reaction? Now the second order reaction, just in a similar manner, mole per liter second, this is the unit for the rate, mole per liter raised to the power 2, unit for the second order reaction because it is raised to the power 2. Then you will get per mole liter per second, and this is the unit for rate constant for second order reaction. Okay, so my dear students, there are some important points which we have to study. We are going to learn about molecularity of a reaction. Order of the reaction is clear to all of you. Order of the reaction is just the sum of the powers of the reactant terms from the rate law expression. It may be 0, may be negative, may be fractional, and the positive will be there. And second one, the most important point is that order of reaction can be identified, whether it is zero order reaction, whether it is the first order reaction, whether it is the second order reaction, from the unit of rate constant. If the unit of rate constant is mole per liter per second, it means it is of zero order reaction. If the unit of the rate constant is per second only, then it is the first order reaction. And if the unit is given per mole liter per second, my dear student, it means it is for the second order reaction. Okay, so now proceeding towards the next topic, that is the molecularity of a reaction. What do you mean by molecularity? Molecularity means the number of reacting species that is taking part in an elementary reaction. So this molecularity means, suppose you have written the balanced equation, so you will get the idea about the number of atoms, number of ions, or number of molecules which are colliding simultaneously, and they are just producing the products. So in order to bring a reaction, in order to bring a chemical reaction, the molecules, ions and atoms collide with each other. So the number of reacting species, the number of colliding particles, from balanced equation we can easily identify, we can easily observe. So just by seeing the balanced equation we can easily say that how many atoms, how many number of reacting species are there in elementary reaction. So if there is only one molecule, only one atom, only one ion in the reaction, it is called unimolecular. And for the unimolecular rate, if we will write the rate law, R rate is equal to K into concentration of A. Just see an example. N2O4 is a gaseous molecule, it converts, it dissociates into NO2 molecule. If molecularity is 2, it is called bimolecular reaction. Suppose A plus A product is formed here, so rate is equal to K A raised to the power 2, and there are two different reactants A and B, then rate is equal to K A into B. Okay, is it clear? Just see the examples. NOCl 2NO plus CO2, CO plus NO3, NO2 plus CO2. Here in first case NOCl molecularity is 2 because the number of molecule is 2. In the second one there are two different reactants, carbon dioxide and NO3. So molecularity is again 2 because you have to sum up one molecule for carbon monoxide and one molecule for NO3. Okay, ter molecule molecular reaction, it means there will be three molecules in the reactants. If all these three molecules are same, A plus A plus A, it may be possible 2A plus B, it may be possible A, B, C are three different molecules. Is it clear? And my dear students, one question is very important asked in the board examination. Just see the example. The question is that the molecularity greater than 3 is not observed. Why? And the answer is the probability that more than 3 molecules can collide and react simultaneously very small. It is very less probable that 3 molecules and more than 3 up to 3 molecules, it is very possible that 3 molecules will collide with each other, but more than 3 molecules collide simultaneously and give the product, its probability is very less. That's why it is said that the molecularity greater than 3 is not observed. Okay, and the second point all of you should be kept in your mind, overall rate of a reaction is controlled by the slowest step. Suppose a building is being constructed and there are so many workers, and one worker is just leveling the ground, one worker is preparing the cement. If one worker is just carrying the cement from one place to another place, and all the workers are working very hard and they are very fast, but there is only one worker which he is carrying the cement from one place to another place, he is very slow in its movement, then the overall the construction of building depends upon that particular person. Okay, so the slowest step determine the rate of reaction, overall rate of reaction. Is it clear? So and now we are going to see the difference between order of reaction and molecularity of reaction. Just there are various points. Order of reaction is the sum of powers raised on concentration term. Molecularity is the number of molecules of reactant taking part in elementary step of reaction. Order of reaction is the experimental value. Molecularity of a reaction is theoretical concept. Okay, order of reaction can be 0, fractional or integer. Integer means it may be positive or may be negative. Molecularity can neither be 0 nor fractional, it is always positive. Order of reaction may have negative value, molecularity can never be negative value. So not, what do you mean by if negative molecularity is there? it is assigned for overall reaction. It is assigned for each elementary step of reaction. Suppose that if there is a complex reaction and that particular complex reaction occurs in 2 or 3 steps, then for each and every step we can write the molecularity, but order of reaction is assigned for overall reaction. Okay, so these are the basic difference between order and molecularity. I hope these points are clear to all of you. It depends upon pressure, temperature and concentration. It does not, it is independent of pressure and temperature. Okay, suppose there is pseudo order reaction, we will learn about this in further session. So my dear students, I hope that the difference between order and molecularity is clear. Again I am revising you all the points. Order of reaction, experimental determination is there. Molecularity of a reaction is the theoretical concept, and order of reaction is written from the rate law expression, which is written for a slowest step of a reaction if the reaction take place in various steps. Okay, and order of reaction can be 0, positive, negative, but molecularity is always positive value. So I hope the concept is clear to all of you. So now we are going to solve some numericals. There are 2 questions. This is from your NCERT book. The question 1, in a reaction between A and B, the initial rate of reaction R0 was measured for different concentration. Just see here, concentration of A is 0.20, then it is 0.20 again. The concentration of B is 0.30, then it is reduced to 0.10. Now in the next step, from 0.20 the concentration of A is exceeded to 0.40, and again the concentration of B is reduced to 0.05. My dear students, such type of question is asked in the board of examination also. Now here, what is the order of the reaction with respect to A and B? The most important point is it was asked with respect to A and B. So now first of all, what will we do? Just I am solving it. We will write rate is equal to rate constant A raised to the power x, B raised to the power y, because in order to write the order of reaction we should have the value for the power of concentration term. Now just see here, rate is given 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5 when the concentration are 0.20 and 0.30. So I am doing the same. Rate is given 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5 is equal to K. The concentration of A is given 0.20 raised to the power x. Concentration of B is given 0.30 raised to the power y. Got it? Suppose this is equation 1. Similarly, now what happens? In the second step, the concentration is 0.20 for A and 0.10 for B. So what will you do? Just create a second equation. Again the rate of reaction is 5.07, because the rate of reaction does not changes, is equal to K 0.20 raised to the power x, 0.10 raised to the power y. This will be the second equation. Now what is the third condition? The concentration of A is 0.40 and the concentration of B is 0.05 and the rate of reaction is 1.43 into 10 to the power minus 4. So what will we do? Write the third equation. 1.43 into 10 to the power minus 4 is equal to K 0.40 raised to the power x, 0.05 raised to the power y, equation third. So in this way you have to just write the 3 equations, and then you have to observe by dividing which 2 equations you are going to get the value of any unknown quantity, that is for x and y. Just see, in equation 1 the concentration of A is equal. So when we will divide equation 1, we are getting 1 and 2, we will get, on dividing equation 1 and 2 we will get 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5 by 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5 is equal to K 0.20 raised to the power x 0.30 raised to the power y divided by k 0.20 raised to the power x 0.10 raised to the power y. So these terms are just cancelled. So what will you get? You will get 1 is equal to 0.30 by 0.10 whole raised to the power y, and this will be equal to 0.30 0.130 is come. It means the value should be 1. Suppose 1 is equal to, if you were writing, it is 3 raised to the power y. So what should be? It should be its value x raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So if the power of any number is 0, then it becomes 1. So we can say that y is equal to 0. So thus just we have got the value of y. Now there is need to get the value of x. So what do you see here? You just see that equation third and equation second. Just you have got the value of y is equal to 0. So divide equation third by equation second. So I am doing that one. Dividing equation third by equation second. So when we will divide it, you will get third 1.43 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5 is equal to k 0.40 raised to the power x by k 0.20 raised to the power x into 0.05 raised to the power y by 0.30 raised to the power y. As you have got that y is equal to 0, it means these all terms are going to become 1. So what will be the value? Just see here, 1.43 into 10 to the power minus 4, 5.07 into 10 to the power minus 5. Okay, so when you will solve it, 1.43 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 10 to the power 5, this is shifted to here, 5.07 is equal to, this will be become k is cancelled, it will become 2 raised to the power x. When you will solve this one, just you will get the value 2.821 is equal to 2 to the power x. Now we have to get the value of x. So taking log to the both side, log 2.821 is equal to log 2 to the power x. It means log 2.281 is equal to x log 2. And you know that the value of log 2, x is equal to log 2.821 by log 2. Okay, and this will be equal to 1.496 and is exactly equal to 1.5. So it means that you have got the value of x is equal to 1.5. It means that with respect to A, the order of reaction is 1.5, and with respect to B, the order of reaction is 0, and overall reaction order of reaction will be 1.5 plus 0, that is 1.5. I hope this is clear to all of you, and this type of question is asked. So just see the second question. It is again from your NCERT book, and you have to determine the rate law and rate constant. So you have to do it in your homework notebook. Now question number third, a reaction is second order with respect to a reactant. How is the rate of reaction affected if it is doubled and if it is reduced? All these questions are from your NCERT book, and I hope this question is also clear. Here reaction is second order reaction. It means rate is equal to k into a raised to the power 2. Now what is being said here? If the concentration of reactant is doubled, if suppose that A is doubled, so k is equal to 2a raised to the power 2. It means it becomes k 4 into a. It means what is happening, rate of reaction would increase by 4 times. Okay, and if it is reduced to half, it means A is reduced to half. It means the rate of reaction will become 1/4. Is it clear? Now this is the question asked in the year 2019. Very very important question. Just see the reaction. Now this reaction is given in two elementary steps. The first one is slow and the second is the fast reaction. And just I told you, in order to write the rate law expression, we have to see the slowest step. So rate is equal to concentration of H2O2 and I minus. Okay, so this is the rate law. Write the overall order of reaction. So the power of H2O2 is 1, the power of I minus is 1, so order of reaction is 2. Out of these two steps, I have told that slowest step is rate determining step. Is it clear? I hope these all points are clear to all of you. So order, molecularity, these are very important questions. Just I have discussed some numericals also, and you have to solve these also. Okay, so guys, now thanks, and I hope this session is fruitful to all of you. Watch